Hey, what's up everybody? It's Andy with Run Guns, and today we're going to be going over the new P30i by Nitecore. This packs a lot of power within a small package, so I'm very excited to be testing this out for you guys. Now, they did send it to me in exchange for an honest review, but that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for you all. I'm going to be highlighting the pros and cons of this product, and no money was exchanged, in full disclosure. So, before we get into it real quick, I just wanted to show you guys, obviously new background. I know it's been a while since I've been on camera, and new audio, new camera, new lens. So let me know if you guys see the differences in quality, and if you guys have any tips for me or anything you think I should adjust. So again, this is all kind of new here, so really appreciate your feedback. So again, P30i, let's get into it. So 2000 lumens, 1,000 meter throw, that's a full kilometer, and in yards I think it's 1,093 yards if I'm not mistaken. So almost 11 football fields, definitely really far. I don't even know if you guys have good enough eyesight to see that far, but what's nice about something this powerful, before you guys think it's overkill, you could cut through a lot of different mediums. So if it's foggy outside, it's raining, you know, whatever the elements are, you know, it'll definitely cut. Also, if you want to, let's say, look down a lake or something, you know, it'll obviously give you the power to look down and see if there's, I don't know, fish or whatever you're doing in the outdoors. So multiple applications for this for sure. You know, search and rescue is its main purpose. To my understanding, you could also use it for hunting, mount on a rifle if you wanted to, and you know, whatever, you know, imagination you could come up with for a searchlight. Your Uber driver can't find you, you know, point this up in the sky, they'll know exactly where you're at. So should be pretty cool. I'm really excited to take it out and test it for you guys. Couple more stats I want to go over. It is waterproof, which is always nice, especially for something search and rescue. It has 2 meter submersible for its rating, 1 meter impact drop resistance as well. And then I'll show you guys some of the features here, and you guys should be able to see some of the features there. And then let's see here, more features. You guys can pause that and check that out at your convenience. And here's the front packaging. So yeah, definitely a pretty cool light. In terms of its packaging, actually, it's magnetic. I think they went a little extra, you know, with the packaging here. It looks pretty cool. You know, definitely you can see here 5,000 milliamp battery. I do like that it's rechargeable, which is an awesome feature as well. And this is the battery it comes with, so you guys can see it. And for those of you that maybe like rocking the CR123s or always carry them with you, it does have a battery magazine that is compatible with this light, so you can just throw in 2 CR123s for this light. The only downside is you're not going to get the full power of it. So let's go over the actual light first from the package. This is the holster that it comes with. So simple Velcro holster. You can put it on your hip. You could mount it on your bag, whatever it is you want to do. All here on the back. Also, this is where it would go through like a belt loop, or go through your belt. Also has a little lanyard loop here as well. So let's open up, check it out. And this is the actual light. As you can see, it is at first glance I thought it was a little big for a rifle, but if you look at other searchlights out there, I mean, this is actually pretty compact, because a lot of other searchlights are a lot longer, a lot heavier, a lot bigger. In terms of weight, because I know a lot of guys, especially for if you're going to be mounting this onto a rifle, you're going to be concerned about weight. It is 9 ounces. I believe it was 9.06 ounces, so a little over half a pound. So definitely something to keep in mind. But if you need the power to go out to a kilometer, you know, probably one of your best bets here. But do your own research and, you know, see what works best for your setup. And before we get more in depth into it, I just wanted to show you all, this is the magazine, the battery magazine for the CR123s. It does come with a little box here with some accessories, and this is where you'll find your clip, so you can mount it by clip if you wanted to as well. You have here your pressure pad inside of here. So this is the pressure pad. As you can see there, kind of stretches out a little bit if you needed to. It is does connect to the back of it, obviously, with the USB-C connector there. And what I do like about it is that it has multiple options here. It is short. You don't have to worry about it getting all tangled up. And one of the first cons I'm going to discuss, other than possibly weight, if that's an issue for you, is going to be, I don't like how they didn't include M-LOK or 1913 Picatinny rail adapter for the pad. So something I'd like to see in the future, although there are many workarounds, of course. You could just zip tie this on. Only problem is with zip ties, sometimes if it's not mounted properly with the zip ties, you could accidentally, you know, have a negligent discharge, or it could slide a little bit. But you know, I think if you do it carefully, you shouldn't have an issue. People have been using these for a long time with zip ties, but I would like to see 1913 or M-LOK compatible mounting options for this pressure pad. And of course here you have your USB-C connection, nothing too crazy about that. And also in the box included is of course your manual. So I'm not going to go through it because it'll be way too long. Bunch of information here, as you can see. And also your warranty card for Nitecore. So definitely want to keep that handy as well. Now in terms of the actual light, you can see here it has a single LED and one deep reflector. That's going to give you that throw. It does have also inside like springs to absorb recoil for the battery. It's not going to be slamming up and down if you do mount it to a rifle. Also real quick, just wanted to go over these optional accessories. These do not come with it, but if you want to pick them up, you certainly can. And these are just two different mounting options that you could use for this particular light. And they are 1913 Picatinny rail adapters that would mount this light on. You just have to be careful with the size of this head and make sure it's going to be compatible with your particular setup. All right, so I also wanted to show you guys the mounting setup. This is the GM02 by Nitecore that you could get on there. It's an optional accessory. It doesn't come with the light, but you could pick it up on their website. And I have it mounted directly under the muzzle brake, as you can see there. So some concerns you may have with this is going to be muzzle blast hitting the head if you have it mounted the way I put it here. You may want to put the light a little further back so it's not something you have to worry about. But it is supposed to be built really tough and they do have a really good warranty. So if you did have issues, it's something you could talk to them about and they should be able to help you out. But this is just one example. It is a heavy setup, so not something you want to be running with all day. But again, this is more of a longer range, kind of sit down. You know, sometimes weight is good for longer range. You definitely want to be able to hit further and have a more stable platform. So from that standpoint, you know, I think it works well. So if you want a hunting setup, this will be kind of like an option that you could go with. So let's actually see how it does out in the field. Again, like, share, subscribe, really appreciate it. And let's get out there and see what it could do. It's just after sunset. So let's see what it could do on 2000 lumens. Lighting up those trees really bright. And obviously goes down a real good distance. So a good thrower. And you can see that flood. It's very well defined around the hot spot, and that's what you'd expect from a light like this. Okay, so as you can see here, we're out on the lake, P30i, and let's see what it can do. We're going to start off with turbo and test it out for distance. So this thing just shoots in the air wherever you're going. Pretty incredible, honestly, in person to see, and I think the camera's picking it up pretty well also. So you can see it really goes out a good distance. I am able to light up on the other side of the lake, which is phenomenal because it's a really good distance away from here. It's hard to estimate, but it could be 700 meters or more. And you know, honestly, lights up really well. If I wanted to literally shoot this in the sky like Batman, I could, and you know, be found. Now if you want to access the special settings like beacon, all you gotta do is triple click. And you'll see you'll have a beacon there, and then hold it down for SOS. Those are the long pauses. Now I don't want to do this too much on a lake because people might actually think I'm in trouble here. Let's see what else we could do here. Go through different settings as well. So of course this is the turbo, but we could cycle through. So you see there, that's going to be the low going off that sign. So that's setting number 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 being the turbo. So you literally just click through them on the button on top, and it has a memory function, so whatever the last one you pressed, it will access it. So for example, this is our lowest setting. Turn it off with a back click, comes back onto the same lowest setting. Now if we want to go through again, we're going to click on the top button. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty incredible light. I am very impressed with it. Like I said, you could do the whole Batman thing. Call for help. or use it for serious purposes, search and rescue. It really does go out a good distance, so it does perform very well. It does get a little warm, but that's what you'd expect with 2000 lumens, if you're doing it constant. So I would only use it intermittently. If for longer purposes, I'd probably go to 1000 lumens or even less. So here we're on a darker street, and turbo really just lights it up. Well-defined hotspot and well-defined flood on the outside as well. But it really does a good job lighting up the street and helping you identify objects far away. So my final impressions with this light is that I really like it. It has many pros and many cons, or a few cons I would say. The cons were obvious. It's like the size of the head or the weight, but that's what you'd actually expect with a thrower like this. You need that deep reflector, that one single strong lens, and honestly it is a very compact size for what it is, which is a thrower. If you compare it to other throwers on the market, they could be double the size, huge, and this was nice and compact and extremely powerful, rechargeable battery. Definitely had a lot of pros to it. So overall, I am very happy with it. I think they do fulfill, customers' expectations with this particular product and what they're trying to do with it. In terms of shooting, I didn't get a chance to shoot it out on the range. I did show you how it would look mounted, but I imagine it will perform well. I don't expect any issues. Now, obviously for hunting, you have other options like night vision or something like that if you did want to. But honestly, if you did want to go the light route, I think this is a great way to go. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave it down below and let me know. Also, again, this is a new camera, new equipment that I'm using today, so I'd like some feedback on that as well. So if you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. WRG out. Let's see, this is the pressure pad that it comes with. Let's see what I dropped.